Hey Troop, today we're going to talk about hypervigilance in veterans and what it means when your mind will not leave the battlefield. For many of us veterans, the war doesn't end when we take our uniforms off. It follows us home. It's always going to stay attached to us. It's there when we go into the grocery store. It's there when we go into restaurants, when we're just hanging out in our living rooms. It's not always going to be memories or flashbacks. Sometimes it's a little bit different and a harder feeling to explain. That thing is often called hypervigilance, and if you've never lived it, it's easy to misunderstand. What is hypervigilance? Hypervigilance is not just being cautious. It's not just being jumpy like you often see associated with PTSD, and it's definitely not paranoia. Not that you can't or won't experience any of those things, but it's key to understand the difference in feelings that may come. Hypervigilance is when your brain stays locked in survival mode, even when there's no immediate danger around. It's what keeps your head on a swivel when the situation can be perfectly safe. Your nervous system acts as if the threat is still present. You're scanning, you're assessing, you're preparing nonstop. It's not fear, it's the body doing exactly what it was trained to do, just at the wrong time and in the wrong place. Hypervigilance does not have to look dramatic. Most of the time it's just ordinary from the outside, but inside it feels like things are running at 1,000 miles per hour. You walk into a restaurant and you're immediately scanning for exits. You sit with your back to the wall without thinking about it. These are a few of the most obvious and widespread ways that it creeps in. We often joke about things like this as veterans, but in reality, it really is a condition that is affecting our brains. Loud noises make your heart jump before your mind can catch up. Crowds are tense, you can't relax. You're constantly reading people's hands, their posture, their tone. Even at home, your body won't fully relax. You can be tired, but you're always on alert. You want to rest, but your brain just won't shut off. So your sleep feels shallow. You just feel like the silence is just so uncomfortable. Veterans often describe it as being on edge for no reason. Even though there is a reason, their nervous system never got the message that the danger ended. It's all over. Why does this happen? In combat or high stress environments, hypervigilance can save your life. Being alert keeps you alive. Noticing small changes in your environment matters. Reacting fast matters. The problem isn't that these systems exist, they're extremely valuable when you're wearing a uniform and carrying a weapon. The problem is that the trauma can trap that system in the on position. After repeated exposure to danger, the brain learns that the world is just unpredictable and unsafe. Even when your environment changes, the brain does not immediately recalibrate. It keeps sounding the alarm just in case. It's not a weakness or a flaw, but it is something that we need to address. Why it's so exhausting. Hypervigilance burns energy constantly. Your body releases stress hormones, even when you're standing in line or just sitting on the couch. Over time, that constant state of alertness leads to mental exhaustion. That's going to keep you irritable, keep you from sleeping. It's going to throw your focus off nonstop. Eventually, the sensory overload will lead to an emotional numbing, often helped with substance abuse. Many veterans feel guilty about this. They think, I'm home, I should be fine. But the body does not respond to this logic. It responds to the perceived threat that it thinks is still there. The most important thing to understand is hypervigilance is not a character flaw. It's a protective response that just stayed for too long. And for many veterans, learning to live with it and slowly retrain is just part of our reintegration. You're not erasing it, you're not pretending it's gone, you're not just saying, I'm getting better. It's understanding it and managing it. You're reducing its grip over time. We have to be in control of our emotions, not the other way around. You are not broken. If you're a veteran, you're going through what we all go through, and it's okay to not be okay. This is where we have to relearn to lean on our friends. If you're a family member watching it happen, your loved one isn't being difficult, they're surviving the only way that their nervous system knows how. Hypervigilance is one of the echoes of service, and like many echoes, it fades best not through silence or shame, but through understanding and connection. It just takes time. If you're a veteran in need, don't wait, reach out now. I promise you are not alone out there. We're all here and we've all got your six. Follow along with Charlie Victor for more veteran-related content, and let's help grow these safety nets. Charlie Victor, we've got your six.